equations with the nth root, here's the key that you remember. Other than that, everything will be intuitive. If n is even, if you're taking the square root, if you have like x squared or x to the 4th or x to the 6th, then don't forget your plus or minus, and then you'll be fine. So if n is even, don't forget to do your plus or minus. That's really the key there. So let's do a few examples. Number 1, x to the 4th equals 16. So what do I do to both sides? To get rid of, what's the inverse of raising something to the 4th power? Taking the 4th root. Yeah, the 4th root. So you can, so x is basically plus or minus the 4th root of 16. That's how you get rid of raised to the 4th power. And so the answers are, what's the 4th root of 16? What number when you multiply by itself? 2, right. So it's plus, the trick is that the answer is plus or minus 2. And let's try it. Remember, with any equation, you can always plug it back into the original and it should work, always. It should work. So plug in positive 2. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. It works. Negative 2. That also works because a negative times a negative times a negative times a negative is a positive. So that's why when n is even, you have to do the plus or minus. Okay. So let's try something where it's odd. So let's do 1/2 x to the 5th equals 512. 1/2 x to the 5th equals 512. So what do you think we do first? We don't want to just take the 5th root or it'll be too complicated. What should we do first? How do I got to get rid of that by multiplying by 2 or dividing by 1/2. It's the same thing. So let's multiply both sides by 2. And so you get 1024. I'm just doubling both sides. So all I did was 2 times 2. And these cancel. And now we take the, what root? 5th root, exactly. So the answer is the 5th root of 1024, and I wouldn't feel too bad if you got your calculator out. But and you're gonna figure out where that button is on your calculator by today. But you should get 4 when you use your calculator. So let's try this. Let's do maybe one more. Yeah, one more. X plus 5 raised to the 4th power equals 16. So should I, what do you want to do? Why can't I subtract 5 from each side? Yeah, because it's in parentheses. In order of operations, you just, it has to be raised to the 4th power, so you can't just subtract 5. But, so we just take the 4th root. We're all set up. Something to the 4th equals 16, so you just take the 4th root. So x plus 5, 4th root of 16, but we have to remember to do what? Plus or minus, because it's an even power. And so then now we can subtract 5, because we ultimately want x alone. So we subtract 5, so it's negative 5 plus or minus, what's the 4th root of 16? 2. It's plus or minus 2. We got it, plus or minus 2. And now we got to finish this. There's 2 answers. There's, what's negative 5 plus, so negative 5 plus 2 is one answer, and negative 5 minus 2 is the other answer. You actually have to finish. So we get negative 3 or negative 7. Oh, it's positive 3, right? No, it's negative 3 and negative 7. No, that's fine. Questions?
Where do we subtract the 5
Right from here to here. So see how it's x plus 5? Oh, I'll show it to you. I'll write it in right here. So we have minus 5 on each side and minus 5. So it adds to nothing here. And we always write it, it's better, you could write the minus 5 after it, but we usually just put it in front. So let's try them to make sure this makes sense. If you plug in negative 3, negative 3 plus 5 is 2, and to the 4th power. Yep, and then let's do negative 7 plus 5. It's negative 2, right? But when we raise it to an even power, we get positive 16, so it works out.